Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review for you guys. I'm going to be reviewing a relatively new product. They're called gel pens. So if you've ever been interested to see how they work, or like if they're good, the formula, the texture, all that good stuff, please keep watching. And these are from Salon. They have 6, but I'm going to be testing out 4 of them. So I have Vava Vroom in mint condition, Copacabana Girl, and Tropical Punch. And the fun thing about these ones I like in particular is that they have actually matching colors. So if you love the color but you don't want it to be gel, they actually have a matching normal nail polish color to match up, which I think is pretty neat. On the back, there is an instructions if you don't know how to use them. The first one we're going to be testing out is Tropical Punch. So with this brush, it does come out as a regular brush. You have to squeeze it, and then you see where it comes, the gel comes out on the side, which I think was interesting. For the first application, it actually applied very well, easily. I mean, gel is thicker than normal nail polish, so it does, you also have to let it settle in a way, it will smoothen out on its own. So yeah, this one, I applied 2 coats, just because the first coat was not as opaque as I would like, but it did, it was spread easily, it wasn't goopy or anything like that, so that was very good for the first one. So I cured this one for about 40 seconds with a UV lamp. You have to, because they're gel. So I'm going in with the second one, and the thing is, I think it also helps to get all the gel on the brush, because when you first are squeezing the gel out, it only comes out on the sides, and I think it makes application, or it makes putting the gel on the nail easier when the whole brush is coated. And I'm going to cure that for another 40 seconds. Now for this one, some gels have a sticky residue top coat on it. You just have to remove this with normal nail polish, not acetone based at all. For the first one, I think it applied relatively well. I did think the color did match up with the regular nail polish too. So and I didn't have to use too much of this. I didn't have to squeeze too hard, so that was good. So yeah, this is the comparison. It might have been a bit more opaque because I used 2 coats of the gel and not 2 coats of the regular nail polish, but apart from that, I think they look very, very similar. So the next one is Vava Vroom. This is like a neon yellow, which is very pretty. So this one, I had a lot of trouble trying to get this thing out. It was very hard for me. This might have been just this one pen, might have not been a good batch, but it was a lot of squeezing. It took a lot of squeezing for me to get the gel out of the pen. You can see it slowly coming out. So yeah, I even tweaked the end of it, because if I tweaked the end of it, it would kind of push the gel out a little bit. I just twisted that a tiny bit. So eventually I did get, as you can see, it's coming out on the sides. It is coming out. So eventually I did get it out, and I have to say this one was not the best. It was not the best one. Unfortunately, it was very goopy. As you can see, it's not coming out very well. It's like old nail polish. That's what it felt like, it looked like a bit. So it just took me a little bit to actually get a nice coat on it, because it was thicker than the other polish, or other gel, than the Tropical Punch. It was the consistency was a bit thicker and goopier. Which, gel polish is thicker, but I just felt like this one was a bit more than usual, so I kept on squeezing and trying to get it out. I was squeezing half of the tube, so eventually I just tried to coat as much as I could. I only used 1 coat because it was pigmented enough, so I cured that for 40 seconds. So all in all, I think the coverage and the was pretty good. I think as far as the color matching to the other 2, it was pretty good. It did, once you got it on the nail, it covered pretty well. It was very pigmented. The only thing was the application. It was just a little bit hard to get it out of the tube and actually on smoothly. But I mean, once you like, sometimes I even tap my nail just so that the gel can like settle on its own, because sometimes you have to do that. So the next one is Copacabana Girl, which is like a neon orange. So as you can see, I'm just squeezing and it comes out on the side, so you just have to like, you know, use your nail or something to get it all over the brush. This one was not too bad either. Like the first one, it came out relatively nice smoothly. It was a tiny bit goopy, but it wasn't like too difficult to work with. And for this one, I also used only one coat. And here I'm just trying to squeeze out more. Once the whole brush was coated, I found that it was a little bit easier to work with it, because I like to go very carefully around the cuticle because I don't like to go right up. So it was easier for me to do that once the whole brush was coated. Use the UV for 40 seconds, sorry. So, and as far as the color, it was the same color as the normal nail polish, so that's good. And I didn't use too much of the tube. And last but certainly not least was the In Mint Condition. This is like a neon mint color. I believe out of all of these, the yellow and this one was hardest to get out. This one I think was very difficult. I had to push, I think like half of the, I had to squeeze half of the tube just to get something out. So it did take me a little bit to get any product out of this one. And I mean, I did twist the ends multiple times. As you can see, I'm squeezing like half of the tube for it to finally come out. And as far as application goes, this one was in between. It was kind of like Vava Vroom. It was a little bit goopy. I mean, it was a little bit more easier to work with than Vava Vroom. I feel like it was thicker, but it was like more, it was less hard, if that makes sense. It would like spread easier than Vava Vroom did. Vava Vroom was like, and also there was this, it did leave like a string of residue. Like I thought this was hair. I didn't even know if that was hair or if it was actually the gel. I'm pretty sure that was the gel. So yeah, as far as like when I finished putting it on the nail, it did look it looked pretty smooth. Like it didn't look goopy, so the gel just had to like flatten out, which wasn't too bad. So this one was not too bad. It was just a little bit tricky, like clumpy. And I only used one coat for this as well because it was very opaque, and I was happy with that. As you can see here, I'm trying to get it as smooth as possible, but there was like a residue type of thing. And then I baked that for another 40 seconds. So all in all, that was the last one. I did trying to squeeze out half of the tube just to get it out. But all in all, I think they're a very interesting concept. I think, would I get them again? Maybe, sure. Would I test more? Definitely. The colors were very nice. I loved the colors. They were very pigmented. They were like, this one was actually interesting to me because I thought, now like comment down below if you see the same thing, but for me, this In Mint Condition, the gel was slightly greener than the actual polish itself, because the polish was on my pinky and index finger, and the gel was on my middle too. So let me know if you think the same thing, but I thought they were slightly darker than the nail polish regular one. So here is my comparison for all of them. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more fun videos like this. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. See you later. Bye!